Well, here's one we picked up recently.
This will be part two
part two.
right here.
So 3 more. So this one, and I love this record, and I hadn't heard it since I was a kid because you had it when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But
Oh my
Harry
gosh.
Nilsson's Aerial Ballet.
Oh,
Now that's an album.
Now
Not that the
that-
other ones aren't, but that's
No.
a great.
this one. Well, this has so much meaning to me. Another one that I went down. I don't think it was even Cost Plus the time before that,
Yeah.
and saw this record, and I thought, well, I'll check that out. And then I learned later that it was one of John Lennon's favorite records that he played
Yeah.
constantly.
Right.
He would just play it around the clock.
Yeah.
And of course, they met up later, and with all the bad implications of that infamous pairing.
Combination,
Yeah. Nilsson is one of the greatest voices of ever.
yeah.
And the sad, tragic truth of what happened to him was that, because he and John Lennon were carrying on shenanigans and a lot of drug use and alcohol and stuff, and they got into a screaming contest one night, as far as a rock and roll screaming contest.
Okay.
On
A
who-
good-natured.
Yeah, yeah. Initially, I probably, and it was like dueling screaming.
Yeah.
Like who had the best rock scream.
Wow.
And it's funny on the outside of it, but Nilsson actually destroyed his voice.
Oh, really? From
Yeah.
that event?
That was it.
I
That
didn't know
ended
that
it.
either.
But this record, I remember being in high school, and I would, at night, before I went to bed, I would put this on. I would go to sleep listening to this record.
Yeah.
The other one was Daydream by Love and Spoonful, because it had that sort of mellowish kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I recommend this to anyone. It's just beautifully rendered. It's there's some of it's humorous,
Yeah.
but beautifully crafted songs, and just one of the, like I said, most beautiful voices ever. And he do a lot of things with his voice.
Yeah.
He actually would imitate instruments and things like
Right.
that. But
He did kind of like the scat thing, but it was.
yeah, I did the ska thing.
He
and
did it well.
He wasn't trying to fake like it was a horn on the record, but
Right.
he made horn imitations
Right.
and things like that. And everybody knows the song "Everybody's Talking."
Yeah.
Everybody's talking at me.
Yeah.
I don't hear a word they're saying. That was the first time probably everyone across the nation heard him, because that's a song from A Midnight Cowboy.
Right.
And he and it's the one song here that he didn't write, but he also wrote One.
Mm-hmm.
One is the loneliest number. One is the loneliest number. One is the loneliest. Anyway, so Three Dog Night. That was their hit. He didn't have a hit with it.
Cover, yeah.
They covered it. They covered a much more sort of bombastic way, more rockish, which his is laid back
More of a
and
ballad in a good way.
really vulnerable
Yeah.
and proper
Yeah.
to the song's
Right.
narrative. All of these are just, I mean, it's just a real classic record. I talk a lot more about it, but
I always thought when we first listened to it back, just when we first got it, that it sounds like he, first of all, could have been a Beatle. I know that sounds.
no,
You
it's
know,
true.
but also this sounds like it could be like one of the, or all of the Beatles, like another solo album. It kind of sounds like,
Right.
in a really good way, like that.
Yeah, he truly was a light in that era. Just wonderful.
Aerial Ballet.
Aerial Ballet.
All right, so then 2 more, and this is another one I picked up for you because it's something that you've been listening to for quite a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and found this at a little shop. Roxy Music, Avalon.
Yeah, another classic. I saw was really Brian Ferry,
Yeah.
it was his baby, and
After Eno was out of the group.
there you go. And saw him on that tour, the
Yeah.
Avalon tour, and it was saw him with Tom Howard.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
saw him at what's the big venue down in L.A. The theme park. What is that?
Magic Mountain.
Not Magic Mountain. No. Oh man, why am I spacing?
Knots?
No, if you're not going to Disneyland, you're not going to Knott's. Universal Studios.
Oh.
Yeah.
I forgot they had shows.
So Universal Amphitheater
Right,
was
right.
there, and they had a lot of shows there. I saw Devo there, and I forget who else, but great live show.
Yeah.
And this is a really, it's an album that really sets a mood. He's got that
Yeah.
sort of golden crooner's
Yeah.
voice, and it's just very melancholy,
It is.
and which is very appealing to me. More Than This. Oh, these are great songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
And this is one that whenever I discovered it, one of my friends, Tom Roy, he was a big Roxy Music fan, and I'd heard some rock. I thought, I heard "Love Is a Drug," which I loved,
yeah.
and then I heard some other ones. I went, I'm not sure about it. So
They had a lot of stuff. This is kind of a little bit mid in their career, so it sort
Exactly.
of sounded like a lot of different types
yeah,
of stuff.
exactly. So I picked this up, and then I brought it on tour with me, Daniel Amos tour,
Yeah.
and then everybody fell in love with it, which is usually
I
the way
think
we're.
it's a repeated listening thing too.
You either fell in love with what you had, or they hated and didn't want to hear it, and you'd play it anyway.
In the van, everyone hates
It
it.
usually wasn't me that brought the bad stuff. It
Yeah.
was somebody like Marty or something. I'm just kidding. But anyway, so yeah, this got played a lot on that tour.
Also, really, really cool album cover.
And oh yeah, it captures the feel of this record.
Yeah, it does.
And for those that know him, Brian Eno was in Roxy Music
Yeah. At one point.
in the early days.
Yeah.
Great record.
All right. Well, then
Well, I've got good taste.
Yeah, it's true. It's being proven over and over again. Now here's another one. And as a whole, this is one of the finest records they ever did. I know you agree. In fact, that's probably your favorite of theirs. Simon and Garfunkel, Bookends.
I mean, it's hard to even just talk about it because it's like, doesn't everybody love this record?
I would hope so.
And a little more influenced by the Beatles.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that that the Beatles were doing, stuff that you would normally do on a record, sound effects and some things like that. Not overdone, but tastefully done. Like Save the Life of My Child with the
Yeah.
vision of the kid on the ledge and the
Yeah.
crowd. You hear sirens and things like that. But it's got probably in my top 5, maybe top 3,
Wow.
America, the song America.
Yeah.
Let us be lovers, we'll marry our fortunes together. I've got some real estate here in my bag. Now, when you start a song like that,
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good.
that
opener.
is just brilliant.
Yeah.
And then it just paints this picture of course, it's a metaphor, America as an idea and as something that's sort of utopian in a way, and the narrator of this song longing for the ideal, longing for it to be, for it to transcend even his own concepts of it, and finding out at the end that there's something missing, there's something that's not quite right. I want it to be all of this, but there's an underbelly here, and he recognizes, and he in the end, counting the cars on the New Jersey Turnpike, they've all come to look for America.
Yeah.
We're all looking for
Everyone
it.
is, yeah.
It's a concept, and it fails us in so many ways. There's some just wonderful old friends, old friends sat on the park bench like bookends. A newspaper blowing through the grass falls on the round toes, on the high shoes of the old friends.
You could just read it as poetry.
Oh, it is poetry,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
of
you
course
can
he's
read it
in
that
some
way.
way projecting his relationship with Garfunkel in that.
Yeah.
Although I don't know that they would sit on a park bench together with each other
I don't
anymore.
think they would.
I don't think they would. But then it's got fake in it. Everybody knows that one. Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah.
Not one of my favorite Simon and Garfunkel songs.
Sure.
Simply because I think it was just oversaturated
Yeah.
with The Graduate,
Graduate, yeah.
the film, and just heard it all the time. And I remember a story about that. It's an ironic song, but they performed it on Ed Sullivan's show.
Oh yeah.
And they were afraid that people were going to miss the irony of it.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually had a laugh track. They would sing these, lines, and you hear this laugh track come up.
It's not the crowd.
See, get it? It's supposed to be ironic
It's funny.
and funny. But anyway, yeah. Hazy Shade of Winter. Lots of
Oh,
people
yeah.
know that one. At the Zoo. One of the more perfect records.
Yeah.
But if you didn't buy it for anything else, you buy it for America.
Yeah. That's enough right there. Well,
My one of my writing heroes too. I've had a lot of people ask me, that are aspiring writers and stuff, and say, "Where do I start? What do I do?"
yeah.
And I said, I always say, listen to Paul Simon.
Yeah.
Listen to what he's saying, how he's saying it.
Yeah. I agree.
I think it's always good advice. And I've had some people come back years later and thank me for that.
That's awesome. Well, that's it for now. We've got a lot more to do though at some point.
Well, we've got like shelves of stuff in there,
Yeah.
and we will do it again.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
Me too. Well, thanks, guys. See ya.
Thanks for dropping in.